This is the second version of the Kashmir blog. In the last version, I presented to you the a small analysis on the victory of Aam Aadmi Party over BJP. In this session, I wish to present some actions which I think the government of Pakistan needs to take on the Kashmir issue. Up front, I want to state that Kashmir has been dear to all governments of Pakistan, to the state of Pakistan. All governments have contributed towards this resolution of this dispute in whatever way they could. This present government, the present PTI government, also is following on the footsteps of the past governments. The Imran Khan's speech in the United Nations went well, was well received, and there has been an effort to support the Kashmiri struggle and the Muslim struggle in India. These actions which I will present to you are suggestions. These are humble suggestions. With each of these action, there will be risks associated. But anyway, I think this needs to be discussed, and whatever is reasonable and pragmatic should be undertaken as early as possible. Firstly, I would say that we need to encourage China to go beyond their usual position on Kashmir, as they are in fact a direct party to the dispute. They need to get away from this statement that they think the Kashmir issue should be solved bilaterally by India and Pakistan. China knows, and the world by the way knows by now, that this will not happen, and there has to be intervention from outside for this issue to be resolved. We need to take diplomatic steps, and our leadership, our Prime Minister, President, Chief of Army Staff should take up this issue with China so that their effort goes to the next step and goes beyond what they have been saying for so long. China has been a supporter of Pakistan in many ways, and this is not to belittle their effort, but maybe they need to go one step higher. The next would be that United Nations Human Rights Commission documents and registers human rights violations all over the world, including Indian-held Kashmir. We need to create a platform that documents and registers with supporting evidence on a daily or a weekly or monthly basis human rights violations in Indian-held Kashmir. Perhaps the Kashmir Committee website should be updated on a daily basis. It is now presenting 2009 figures. This needs to be revised very quickly. This is very important that we have a platform that presents to the world with documents and evidence the human rights violations in Indian-held Kashmir. The next issue I wish to raise is that India, because of its economic clout, has managed to control these social media in a manner that supports their cause. Facebook and Twitter, therefore, intervene in a manner that is biased and which supports the Indians. We need to first document this. We need to show the bias, and we need to confront both Facebook and Twitter and other social platforms that this should not happen. The next issue I wish to raise is that we should seek professional opinion on possibility of taking privately by Kashmiris living outside Kashmir and even Pakistan some aspects of Kashmir issue, including human rights violations, to the International Court of Justice. The next issue would be we should seek a United Nations General Assembly vote for obtaining an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice on the Kashmir Liberation Movement. I would next say that we are involved diplomatically in presenting the Kashmir issue, but we need to go beyond what we have been doing in the past and what we are doing right now. We need more concentrated efforts by Pakistani diplomat and Pakistani diplomatic apparatus in various capitals around the world to present the Kashmir cause and the cause of the Muslims who are now in serious trouble in Indian held Kashmir and in India itself. Pakistan, I think, needs to deploy a special envoy on Kashmir. The special envoy should present the Kashmir issue and the human rights violations to the world leaders, to the members of the United Nations Human Rights Commission, to other human rights bodies of the world. Next, I would say that we should transfer Pakistan's High Commissioner designate for India to elsewhere to dispel the impression in Delhi that ties will revert to status quo. Unless India reverses the actions taken in August last year, the ties should not revert to what they were before that. And in my opinion, we should reassign the commissioner to, say, Nepal or Colombo or elsewhere. Next, I would say that the Pakistani airspace should be closed to Indian Airlines. This was done after the Balakot incident, but this was reversed. I think we need to go back on this and deny Indian Airlines this space. Our efforts, diplomatic and otherwise, have mainly to target governments, and I've been involved in this Kashmir issue for some time in a very small, humble way. But I have a feeling that very frequently the people of these countries we target are more receptive and more impressed by what we present than the governments. The governments are bound by economic ties, geopolitical ties, but the people are not. So the effort to provide news and data about human rights violations and status of Muslims in Kashmir and in India should be targeted on the Muslim population of these states, and other people elsewhere. But basic effort should be to target people, and then secondarily we should target governments. Finally, I would say that we should concentrate on the Kashmiri people. Our effort should be primarily to seek relief for the Kashmiri people. Whether the status of Kashmir is whatever it may become, independent state, part of Pakistan, part of India, but the human rights violations and the status of the Kashmiri people should be a primary focus. In the past, we have not done that. In the case of Maqbul Bhatt, for example, we were silent for long. I repeat once again, these are steps which I think the government of Pakistan should take. There will be risks associated with all of these steps. This needs to be discussed, and I would welcome any comments from anybody who has the time to listen to what I have to say. Thank you very much. In my next submission, I will present steps that ordinary people like myself can take to support the Kashmiri cause. Thank you very much. Khuda Hafiz.